Greetings and salutations, my name is JW608 and today we're playing StarMade. And I'm going to move the capsule refinery. I don't want it there anymore. And that's sad. Alright. Today I would like to do something. What do I want to do? I want to set up a breaker room. Right? What do I mean by a breaker room? I mean a room that has breakers in it. Alright. So, let's throw a bunch of buttons up. And an activation module. Let's see. And another button. And we're going to need some display modules. Actually, no, I don't want that to be another display module. Yeah. Rip everything out of this room. Just everything must go. Like the furniture place in town that goes out of business every week. Everything must go. Alright. These are probably more breakers than I need. What do you mean by a breaker? You know, the Who's Watch It in your house that hooks up to the electricity, and if a circuit tries to pull too much amperage, it trips and kills everything. That type of breaker. Right. Actually, no. It needs to be like this. There we go. And these buttons need to control these flip-flops. Then these flip-flops are also going to control these green lights and the factories themselves. So this way I'll have more control over which factories. And I probably won't use this many breakers, so I'm going to just set them up as I need them, except we want a quick and dirty setup. And just attach all these lights. And then I will explain what exactly is going on here in just a second, after I hook these up. Alright. And let's cycle all these flip-flops on. Alright. So what I have here is a room full of lights, buttons, and with flip-flops on the top. Like, you can even get rid of that. No, I want that to be a white light. There we go. Alright. So, I hit the button, it turns on and off the flip-flop, which in turn turns on and off the... Oh. Duh. I grabbed the wrong thing. That's why you always test your circuits. There you go. And did the same thing over here, didn't I? Yep. In my haste, I did the same thing. Alright, and there we go. So now I can come in here, I can say, oh, this is going to be the capsule refinery. I can say, oh, the capsule refinery is off, turn it on. There you go. So when I put the capsule refinery out here on the factory floor, like right here-ish, I don't know, I can hook this up to the capsule refinery. See, yeah, we're going to do it right there. Except I probably would like better wire management. So, there we go. Except that can't be well, it can be a button, but that doesn't actually help me. So now, let me trip this breaker a couple times. Now the capsule refinery should be off. It is off. Hit it again, and it's on. Alright, so now I can see easily without coming in here and hitting the button and say, activate production. I can just come in here and hit this button. It's good to go. Alright. No, that probably shouldn't be a breaker. It should be like some sort of control panel here for killing everything. It probably needs an emergency cutoff switch as well, don't I? Oh well. But anyway, this is going to be handy. Well, why can't you do that with just come up here and hit a button here? Well, because I don't know exactly how my factory's going to turn out. And for larger machines, like when I design a paint machine I have is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to have 8 different factories associated with it. In fact, let's just plot out where that's going to go. What do you say along this wall? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. There we go, and we have our paint set up. So I could do like this here is going to be paint machine. We're going to set that to live because reasons. And we're going to send, I keep wanting to use a button, except I can't use a button. Activation module. Bring that activation module down, and we're going to use this one to get all that. So that paint module is on. The factory's on. Now they're all off. So now I can turn on and off the entire paint array. I know they aren't producing paint right now. I know that. It's okay. But I say, oh, I want to stop making paint. I can say, oh, the paint machine's on. I can turn it off from the breaker. And so it turns off all 8 machines without me having to figure that out myself. I know it is not quite as important for the capsule refinery for this control, but I'm getting there. All right. Now this room's going to be special. This room is going to be the clock. See, and red light. Roxanne, where's your red light? There we go. Alright, so, right here, you have to remember these two, and oh, let's plop a, oh, I can't do that. So I plan on having something else go here. Alright, let's go ahead and plop some hallways here. Does that actually interfere with anything? No, we're good. Alright. Actually, let's grab the hallway's doors, load that one in. That doesn't look right for some reason, but whatever. Stairs 2 to 1. Alright. Just leave that door open. Okay, so I can get away with having the logic go through the bottom. Alright. Just know I can't have anything here or here. Because this is where my 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where my factory logic's going to go. Alright. So clock. Clock. I'd like an and here. There we go. I'm going to need a knot that feeds into the and as well. And a delay, I'm going to need a delay, yes. And here is the clock proper. Alright, and you back into you. Alright, so cycle that on and off. There you go, and let's have this control this light. Alright. And this is going to be my logic clock for the breaker. I'd like to have a sensor to tell if a power goes over a certain level, kill all the factories. So that's what that is for. Alright, so now, if for some reason, whatever, there's some sort of error, I want to be able to say, uh-oh, there's an error. Let's turn on a red light. So let's see here. And Alright, so if there's some sort of error and all of them get turned on, or none of them get turned on. So let's see. So not a not. I tie that to that, and that one to that one. And another and. Alright, let me explain what I'm doing here. Alright. And then an or. Actually, there we go. Alright. That looks horrible and confusing. So, what I've done is, and I do want a not here. Alright. What I've done, this is the clock. Basic clock is just these few blocks. These two ands are designed for finding out if there's an error. Because if, for whatever reason, the clock stops. If the delay is off, this and is off, and this not is off, that means there's an error. So I have the delay, or I have the not of the delay, the not of the and this activation module, which is the not of the not, if you follow me. I have them all tied into this and. So if these three blocks are on, I have a problem. But the same goes if these three blocks are on, I have another problem. It means the clock stopped in the wrong spot. So this and picks up these three blocks. Then I have an or here. The or fires if there's a problem. So we're going to have it go to the red, and this not go to the green. There we go. So the green, there's not a problem. This white light's ticking with the time. I hit this button, which you should not hit. The clock has stopped. It says, oh, all these three are off. There's a problem. It trips the red light. Now I need a way to reset it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a small button. We're going to stick it off to the side here. The small button is going to be tied to that. There we go. And let's snag a clock unjam. So that's the clock controls turning it on and off. That's the clock unjam button. So if whatever reason, if I get loaded weird, I go into a sector that's wrong, or whatever happens, because StarMade logic can get messed up, I see, oh, there's a red light here. So let's unjam it. And there we go. Or I could just turn the thing off. It's green because there's not an error with the clock. The red is an error. So it's operating normally. So unjamming it doesn't actually turn it back on. There we go. And the white light shows the ticks. Alright. So there goes my basic clock. Except I would like to run this. Where's a solid beam? There are no solid beams in the ceiling. Alright. So let's run this here to this activation module. Undo. Undo. And to here. So I can take it to the other side. And do I see any logic lines? I don't even see any logic lines. Awesome. I didn't like having to hide the power stream, but I think hiding logic lines isn't too bad. Because over here, I'd like to build a sensor. We're going to dedicate a video to that. In fact, I need to relearn how to do sensors. It's been forever. But the sensor is going to find out if I'm going over a certain amount of power, then it's going to it's going to trip all these breakers. And I need the sensor on this side so I can access all these breakers without having to do all the weird logic connections over that way. I want that to be a little more symmetrical. There we go. All right. Okay. We're just going to turn that off for now. Alright, I have been JW608, and I have the first part of my breaker set up. Paint Machine doesn't have anything set up, really, but, so let's just turn it off. Alright. I have been JW608. This has been StarMade. Now do you cats later. Let's get a good screenshot. Thumbnail even. There we go.